Superman 1 and 2, 1978 and 1980, revolutionized the superhero genre, bringing the iconic characters of Superman, Lois Lane, and Lex Luthor to life with unforgettable performances by Christopher Reeve, Margot Kidder, and Gene Hackman. The films became instant classics, cementing their place in pop culture history. But 44 years later, where are the stars who made these movies so magical? From Christopher Reeve's inspiring legacy to Margot Kidder's remarkable journey and the careers of Gene Hackman, Terence Stamp, and others, their lives have taken fascinating turns filled with triumphs, challenges, and enduring impact. In 2024, we look back at the legendary cast and uncover what happened to the stars who made us believe a man could fly. Christopher Reeve, born on September 25, 1952, in New York City, was 26 years old when he was cast as Superman, a role that would define his career and the image of the superhero for generations. Reeve's portrayal of both Superman and Clark Kent was beloved by fans and critics alike, showing the character's strength and vulnerability. Despite the fame and accolades, Reeve's life took a tragic turn in 1995 when a horseback riding accident left him paralyzed from the neck down. The injury fundamentally altered his life, but Reeve's resilience shone through as he became a vocal advocate for spinal cord injury research. He married Dana Morosini in 1992, and the couple had one son, Will. However, Reeve's years of physical challenges and the financial strain of his medical costs placed a heavy burden on his family. Tragically, Christopher passed away on October 10, 2004, at age 52, from complications related to his injuries. Just 2 years later, Dana, who had been his unwavering support, succumbed to lung cancer, leaving their son to cope with the devastating losses. Marlon Brando, born on April 3, 1924, in Omaha, Nebraska, was an iconic actor who achieved fame for his roles in A Streetcar Named Desire and The Godfather, and later, for his portrayal of Jor-El in Superman 1 and 2. At 54, Brando brought both wisdom and a deep, emotional strength to the character of Superman's biological father, whose vision for his son's future on Earth transcended Krypton's doom. Despite his professional triumphs, Brando's personal life was filled with misfortune and controversy. He struggled with his relationships, having been married 3 times and fathering at least 11 children, several of whom led troubled lives. His son, Christian, was involved in a high-profile manslaughter case, while Brando's daughter, Cheyenne, tragically died by suicide in 1995. Brando's own childhood was marred by neglect and abuse, which haunted him throughout his life. Over the years, his personal issues, including a struggle with weight and depression, led him to withdraw from the public eye. He passed away on July 1, 2004, at the age of 80, from respiratory failure, leaving behind a complex legacy of both brilliance and personal tragedy. Ned Beatty, born on July 6, 1937, was 41 years old when he brought the quirky and hapless Otis to life in Superman 1 and 2, 1978 and 1980. Otis, Lex Luthor's clumsy yet endearing sidekick, was a character filled with comedic charm. Off-screen, Beatty's life had its share of struggles. Raised in Louisville, Kentucky, in a modest family, his early years were shaped by a love of music and acting, but his path to Hollywood was anything but smooth. He endured failed marriages, including his first to Walta Chandler, with whom he had 4 children, Douglas, Lynn, Charles, and Walter. His relationships were tumultuous, marked by infidelity and legal battles. Beatty's career soared with iconic roles in Deliverance, 1972, and Network, 1976, but he often faced typecasting as bumbling or villainous characters, which he resented. The tragedy of losing one of his children to illness haunted him, and he struggled with depression later in life. Ned Beatty passed away on June 13, 2021, at the age of 83, leaving behind a legacy of over 160 screen credits but a heart heavy with personal sorrow. Jackie Cooper, born September 15, 1922, was 56 when he took on the role of Perry White, the gruff, cigar-chomping editor of the Daily Planet, in Superman 1 and 2. A child star from the Our Gang series, Cooper's early fame was both a blessing and a curse. His mother, who managed his career, was demanding and controlling, leaving him with deep scars from an overexposed childhood. Despite his success, Cooper endured marital instability. His first 2 marriages ended in divorce, with his second wife, Hildy Parks, leaving him heartbroken. He eventually found a stable union with Barbara Krause, with whom he had 3 children, Russell, Julie, and Christina. However, their family life was far from idyllic, as Jackie's long working hours strained their bond. His Hollywood journey was also bittersweet. After his early stardom waned, he worked tirelessly to reinvent himself as a television director. Cooper's final years were spent battling Alzheimer's, and he passed away on May 3, 2011, at 88, a man whose life had been both luminous and shadowed by personal challenges. Glenn Ford, born on May 1, 1916, was 62 when he tenderly portrayed Pa Kent, Superman's adoptive father, in Superman, 1978. Known for his roles in classics like Gilda, 1946, and The Blackboard Jungle, 1955, Ford had a career glittering with acclaim. But behind the camera, his life was a mosaic of personal struggles. A Canadian immigrant, Ford's early life was marked by financial hardship, and he often spoke of the pressure to succeed to provide for his family. His marriage to Eleanor Powell, a famed dancer, ended in divorce after 16 years, primarily due to his infidelity. Their only son, Peter Ford, later wrote about the emotional distance he felt from his father. Ford also grappled with alcoholism and depression in his later years, exacerbated by health complications from multiple strokes. Despite these challenges, Ford remained a respected figure in Hollywood. He passed away on August 30, 2006, at the age of 90, a man whose quiet warmth on screen belied the turbulence of his private life. Trevor Howard, born on September 29, 1913, was a distinguished English actor, well regarded for his work in both stage and film. In Superman 1 and 2, 1978, he portrayed the role of the First Elder, a wise and authoritative member of the Kryptonian Council. At the time, Howard was 65 years old and brought a dignified gravitas to his character, overseeing the trial of General Zod and his fellow criminals. His career was marked by significant highs, with many notable films such as The Third Man, 1949, and Brief Encounter, 1945, but his personal life was often troubled. He struggled with alcoholism, which affected both his professional and personal relationships. Howard's marriages were not fulfilling, and he faced difficulties in his romantic life, ultimately experiencing the sorrow of being divorced twice. His health declined in his later years, and he passed away on January 7, 1988, at the age of 74. Although his death was attributed to complications from influenza and bronchitis, his final years were marked by isolation, a stark contrast to the public persona of a celebrated actor. Margot Kidder, born on October 17, 1948, in Yellowknife, Canada, became an iconic figure with her portrayal of Lois Lane in Superman 1 and 2, 1978, a role that defined her career. At 30 years old, Kidder's portrayal of the determined and fearless journalist captured the hearts of audiences worldwide. While her career soared with Superman, Kidder's personal life was plagued with struggles. She faced numerous mental health challenges, including a public breakdown in the early 90s, which led to her vanishing for a time and being found disoriented and in a fragile state. Kidder's turbulent relationships further complicated her life. She married and divorced twice, and though she had one daughter, her romantic life was often marred by instability. In her later years, Kidder battled with drug and alcohol addiction, which led to her tragic death from a self-inflicted overdose on May 13, 2018, at the age of 69. Despite her personal struggles, Kidder's legacy as Lois Lane endures, though her life was a tragic reminder of the harsh realities behind the glamour of Hollywood. Phyllis Thaxter, born on November 20, 1919, in Portland, Maine, was 58 years old when she portrayed Martha Kent, Superman's adoptive mother, in Superman 1 and 2, 1978. Thaxter's portrayal of Ma Kent was beloved for its warmth and nurturing quality, capturing the essence of a mother's unconditional love and the moral compass she provided Clark Kent. Despite her success in Hollywood, Thaxter's personal life was marked by personal loss and struggles. She married twice, first to actor and producer Richard O. Thomas, with whom she had 2 children, and later to writer and producer William Banks. However, her marriage to Banks ended in divorce. In the late years of her life, Thaxter faced the heartbreaking challenge of Alzheimer's disease, which gradually took away her memories and sense of self. Thaxter passed away on August 14, 2012, at the age of 92, leaving behind a legacy of grace and heartfelt performances. Her final years were marred by health issues, but she remained beloved for the love she portrayed as Ma Kent. Susannah York, born on January 9, 1939, in London, England, was 39 when she portrayed Lara, Superman's biological mother, in Superman 1 and 2. York's portrayal of Lara was both poignant and regal, capturing the sorrow of sending her son to Earth while maintaining an unwavering hope for his future. York's career was varied, with notable performances in films like They Shoot Horses, Don't They? And The Killing of Sister George. However, her personal life was often overshadowed by challenges. York married actor Michael Gough, but the union ended in divorce. Her later years were marked by solitude, and she was diagnosed with bone marrow cancer, which tragically claimed her life. Despite her talents, York had a somewhat tumultuous career, never achieving the sustained fame she deserved. She passed away on January 15, 2011, at the age of 72. Her death, attributed to bone marrow cancer, came just days after her birthday, marking a sorrowful close to a life filled with both artistic success and personal heartache. Richard Griffiths, born on July 31, 1947, in Thornaby-on-Tees, England, was 33 years old when he appeared as Terrorist No. 3 in Superman 2, 1980. Though his role was brief, Griffiths' presence left an impression due to his distinctive voice and commanding stage presence. Known for his versatile acting, Griffiths gained wider fame for his portrayal of Vernon Dursley in the Harry Potter series. However, his personal life was marked by difficulties, including a strained relationship with his father, which led him to struggle with his own identity. Griffiths, who never married, was private about his personal relationships, but his career was filled with highs and lows, as he battled weight issues and health complications. In 2013, Griffiths underwent heart surgery, from which he never fully recovered. He passed away on March 28, 2013, at the age of 65, leaving behind a memorable legacy of performances that ranged from villains to sympathetic characters. His death, while not unexpected given his health history, was a blow to the world of theater and film, and his absence was deeply felt by colleagues and fans alike. Shane Rimmer, born May 28, 1929, was 51 when he played Controller No. 2 in Superman 2, 1980. Known for his extensive career in film and television, Rimmer had an affinity for science fiction roles, appearing in Thunderbirds and Dr. Strangelove. Despite his success, his personal life was far from perfect. Born in Toronto, Canada, Shane was no stranger to hardship, including a difficult upbringing in a working-class family. His early years were filled with struggles to make a name for himself in the competitive entertainment industry, but he managed to carve out a niche in sci-fi films. Rimmer had 3 children with his wife, Carol, but their marriage ended in divorce after decades of hardship, primarily due to his heavy work schedule and infidelities. The actor also battled severe health issues later in life, including a series of strokes that left him weakened and dependent on others for care. Rimmer's later years were marked by a sense of resignation, as he watched his career dwindle while his health continued to decline. He passed away on March 29, 2019, at 89. Anthony Sher, born on June 14, 1949, was a renowned British actor, most celebrated for his powerful Shakespearean performances. In Superman 2, 1980, he portrayed the bellboy in a minor role that nonetheless added depth to the film's rich ensemble cast. Sher's career was defined by his remarkable stage work, including iconic roles in productions like Richard III and The Tempest. But behind the public accolades, Sher faced the private battle of coming out as gay in an era where it was often met with resistance. His personal life was deeply intertwined with his work, and Sher's marriage to actor Gregory Doran provided stability, but his personal challenges were immense. Throughout his career, he was outspoken about the struggles of being a gay man in a traditional theater world, and he often spoke about the emotional toll of balancing a high-profile career with his private life. Sher's life was marked by the deep grief of being diagnosed with cancer, which eventually claimed him on December 2, 2021, at the age of 72. John Hollis, born on November 12, 1927, was 51 years old when he portrayed one of the Kryptonian elders in Superman 1 and 2. These elders are pivotal characters, guiding the fate of Krypton and advising Jor-El, Superman's father. Hollis, a distinguished British actor with a career spanning several decades, was known for his supporting roles in both television and film, often playing authority figures. Though his career was marked by steady work in minor but significant roles, his personal life was fraught with challenges. Hollis experienced personal loss and struggles with health issues as he grew older. He was married, but his relationship ended in a quiet, albeit painful, separation. Hollis had no children, and his later years were marked by solitude. A tragic incident occurred when he suffered from a long-term illness that greatly affected his health. In 2005, John Hollis passed away from natural causes on October 18 at the age of 77. Despite a successful career, his personal life remained a quiet, somewhat sad contrast to the larger-than-life roles he played on screen. Gordon Rawlings, born on April 17, 1926, was 54 years old when he appeared as the fisherman in Superman 2. His role, though small, was a memorable one, as he witnesses the arrival of the film's antagonists on Earth. Gordon, a talented English actor, had been working steadily in British television and theatre for years before landing the role in Superman 2. However, his career never quite took off to the heights of some of his contemporaries, and he spent much of his life in relative obscurity. Rawlings' personal life was deeply marked by tragedies. He was married twice, but both unions ended in divorce. He had children, but tragically, they had little contact with him later in life, leaving him isolated during his later years. Financial difficulties also compounded his struggles, as Gordon never found stable success in his career, leading to a life of unfulfilled potential. He passed away on June 7, 1985, at the age of 59, after suffering from a long illness, and his death was noted by many as one of the quieter losses in the film industry. Gene Hackman, born on January 30, 1930, in San Bernardino, California, was 48 years old when he played the role of Lex Luthor in Superman 1 and 2. Known for his sharp wit and menacing presence, Hackman brought an unforgettable intensity to the character of Superman's nemesis. Raised in a troubled family environment, Hackman faced many hardships early on. His parents' divorce and a difficult childhood pushed him to enlist in the Marine Corps at a young age, a period he later credited with shaping his character. His career, while immensely successful, was not without setbacks. Hackman was rejected numerous times early on, but perseverance led him to become one of Hollywood's most respected actors. Hackman married Faye Maltese in 1956, and they had 3 children before their divorce in 1986. In the years that followed, he remarried Betsy Arakawa, and together they led a more private life. In 2004, Hackman retired from acting, turning his focus to writing and painting. Now in his mid-90s, Hackman lives quietly in Santa Fe, New Mexico, where he enjoys a peaceful life away from the Hollywood spotlight. Valerie Perrine, born on September 3, 1943, starred as Eve Teschmacher in Superman 1 and 2. At the age of 35, Perrine portrayed the charming yet conflicted character of Eve, Lex Luthor's accomplice who eventually assists Superman. Growing up in Texas, Valerie began her career as a model before making her way to acting, with a breakthrough role in Lenny, 1974, which earned her an Academy Award nomination. Her career flourished with notable roles in films like The Thief Who Came to Dinner and The Badlands of Cain. However, Valerie's personal life was far from smooth. She married her first husband, actor and producer, David M. Jones, but the union ended in divorce. In a deeply tragic turn, she also faced health issues, including struggles with Parkinson's disease, which affected her later years. Valerie also battled personal financial challenges and the decline of her acting career, leaving her with fewer roles in her later years. Today, at 81, Valerie lives a more private life, still remembered for her memorable portrayal of Eve Teschmacher. Jack O'Halloran, born on April 8, 1943, in Philadelphia, USA, is best known for his portrayal of General Zod's mute and brutish henchman, in Superman 1 and 2, 1978. At 35 years old, O'Halloran brought a powerful physicality to his role, making one of the more memorable antagonists in the Superman franchise. Before his acting career, O'Halloran was a professional boxer, a path that gave him a strong, imposing presence on screen. While his career in Hollywood had its moments, including a role in The Secret of the Sahara, 1988, his personal life faced numerous challenges. O'Halloran's struggle with financial instability and the difficulties of adjusting to life outside of boxing were well documented. His romantic life was similarly tumultuous, having gone through a divorce, but he remained a dedicated father to his children. In recent years, O'Halloran has largely stepped away from the limelight, choosing a quieter life. At 81 years old, he lives away from the public eye, occasionally speaking out about his experiences in the entertainment industry. Terence Stamp, born on July 22, 1938, portrayed General Zod in Superman 1 and 2. At 40, Stamp's iconic performance as the villainous Kryptonian with a lust for power left a lasting impact on the superhero genre. However, Terence's life was filled with both triumphs and hardships. He initially gained fame in films like Billy Budd, 1962, and The Collector, 1965, but his career took a turbulent turn. Personal struggles, including a difficult relationship with fame, led him to take a step back from acting at the height of his success. Stamp also faced significant personal loss, including a painful divorce from actress Elizabeth Taylor, whom he married in the late 1960s. Terence's romantic life was full of ups and downs, marked by brief but intense relationships. He also found himself grappling with the pressures of Hollywood and fame, leading to a retreat from the public eye for a period. Now, at 86, Terence continues to work in film and television, though much of his later years have been marked by a preference for more introspective roles. Maria Schell, born on January 15, 1926, was a celebrated Austrian-Swiss actress who portrayed Wanda in Superman 1 and 2. In the film, Wanda is a dignified member of the Kryptonian Council, holding a position of scientific authority. Maria, known for her elegance and strength on screen, had a prosperous career that began in her native Austria and included roles in German and international cinema. She is perhaps most famous for her portrayal of Anna Karenina in Anna Karenina, 1954. Despite her professional success, Maria's life off-screen was marked by personal heartbreak. She suffered from the tragic loss of her brother, actor Maximilian Schell, who died in 2014, and this event affected her deeply. She also endured struggles with depression and isolation. Throughout her life, Maria's romantic relationships were few, and she never married. In her later years, she found solace in writing and painting. Maria Schell passed away on April 26, 2005, at the age of 79, succumbing to pneumonia after battling a long illness. John Morton, born March 26, 1947, was 33 years old when he portrayed Nate in Superman 2, 1980. Morton was a veteran actor with a reputation for playing roles that required both physicality and toughness, evidenced by his portrayal of Dak Rolter in Star Wars: The Empire Strikes Back. Despite his success on screen, Morton's life behind the camera was marked by family strife. Raised in a military family, he had a strict upbringing that carried into his adult life. His career, although steady, was often overshadowed by the personal challenges he faced. Morton's marriage to actress and model, Diane, ended in a bitter divorce after several years, largely due to the pressures of his acting career and personal insecurities. They had 2 children together, but his strained relationship with them, particularly during their teenage years, weighed heavily on him. Morton also faced struggles with substance abuse during the height of his career, affecting both his personal and professional life. At 77 years old, Morton remains largely out of the public eye, with occasional film appearances. John Ratzenberger, born April 6, 1947, was 33 years old when he appeared as Controller No. 1 in Superman 2, 1980. Although his role in the film was brief, he went on to become a household name for his portrayal of the lovable postman Cliff Clavin on Cheers. His early career was marked by small roles in television and film before he landed his iconic Cheers role. Ratzenberger's personal life had its own share of ups and downs. He has been married twice, first to a woman named Julie, and later to his current wife, Julie. They have 2 children. However, he has struggled with depression and financial instability during periods when his career wasn't in the spotlight. His wealth was at times uncertain, particularly in the early days of his Pixar career, even though the success of films like Toy Story helped secure his financial future. Today, at 77, John Ratzenberger continues to be active in the entertainment industry, voicing characters in Pixar films and maintaining a relatively low-key lifestyle. Elva Mai Hoover, born on May 15, 1944, is a Canadian actress who played the role of the mother in Superman 2, 1980. At 36 years old, Hoover's performance in the opening scenes of the film added emotional depth to the story, highlighting her talent in both film and television. Hoover's career was marked by significant work in television, but her personal life told a different story. Like many actors, she faced the challenge of finding lasting success and recognition in an industry that often pigeonholed her. Hoover's romantic relationships were complicated, and she went through a difficult divorce early in her life, which affected her emotionally and professionally. Despite the challenges, she continued to pursue acting, taking on roles that showcased her resilience. In her later years, Hoover found solace in her family, though her struggles with maintaining a steady career took a toll on her well-being. Now, at 80 years old, she lives a quieter life, far from the limelight, but continues to be remembered for her contribution to Canadian television and film. Angus MacInnes, born on October 27, 1947, is a Canadian actor who played the role of the prison warden in Superman 2, 1980. At 33 years old, he brought authority to this minor but memorable character, overseeing the villain's imprisonment. MacInnes had already established himself in the industry, with notable roles in Star Wars, 1977, as John Dutch Vander. However, his career wasn't without its struggles. Despite the early recognition, his personal life was not always smooth. MacInnes married twice, but both relationships ended in divorce, and he found himself dealing with financial instability during various periods of his career. His life was marked by the pressures of being a working actor, which at times led to anxiety and bouts of depression. While his professional career continued steadily, MacInnes experienced the bitterness of being typecast in certain roles, never fully reaching the superstardom he may have hoped for. As of now, at 76 years old, he remains involved in the industry but has taken a quieter, more introspective path. Richard LeParmentier, born on July 16, 1946, in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, was 34 years old when he appeared as a reporter in Superman 2, 1980. Although his role was small, his portrayal of the reporter during General Zod's dramatic arrival added an essential layer of tension to the movie. LeParmentier was a talented character actor, best known for his role as Admiral Motti in Star Wars, and his work spanned across a variety of films and television shows. His personal life, however, was less glamorous. LeParmentier faced several difficulties, including struggles with maintaining long-term relationships and balancing his career with family life. In his later years, his health began to deteriorate, and he was reported to have had heart problems. Despite his professional success, LeParmentier's final years were marked by health complications, and he passed away on April 15, 2013, at the age of 66, from a heart attack. His death was a poignant reminder of the fragility of life, and his absence was felt by many in the entertainment community who admired his work. Hal Galili, born on December 4, 1926, was 53 years old when he played the role of the man in the diner in Superman 2. His character is part of a significant moment in the film, where Superman confronts the antagonists in a diner, a scene that added tension to the film's drama. Hal, an American actor, was relatively unknown compared to other stars of the film, but he made an indelible mark with his performance. Behind the scenes, Hal's life was a series of quiet struggles. He was married, but his marriage was troubled, marked by infidelity and emotional distance. Hal also suffered from chronic health problems, which led to frequent hospitalizations throughout his life. His career, while steady, lacked the breakthroughs that could have elevated him to greater fame, leaving him feeling somewhat unfulfilled. Personal tragedies struck when he lost his mother and a close friend in quick succession, events that weighed heavily on him. He died prematurely on July 12, 1983, at the age of 56, leaving behind a legacy that was largely forgotten, but remembered by those who appreciated his contributions to film. Marcus D'Amico, born on December 4, 1965, in Frankfurt, Germany, was only 15 years old when he played the role of Willie in Superman 2, 1980. His performance, though brief, left a significant emotional mark on the film, particularly when his character pleads with General Zod to release his father. D'Amico's acting career spanned film, television, and theater, with notable appearances in various productions, but he is often remembered for his stage performances that displayed his immense talent. Off-screen, D'Amico faced personal struggles that he never fully overcame, dealing with emotional and mental health challenges throughout his life. He was also known to have had a tumultuous personal life, with relationships that struggled to find stability. Tragically, Marcus D'Amico passed away on December 16, 2020, at the age of 55, due to pneumonia. His untimely death, just as he was reaching a more mature phase in his career, left many fans and colleagues heartbroken, as he had a unique ability to connect emotionally through his performances. Don Fellows, born on December 21, 1922, in Detroit, Michigan, was 57 years old when he portrayed a military general in Superman 2, 1980. Fellows had a distinguished career in British television and theater, bringing an air of authority and depth to his roles, such as his portrayal of a general facing off against General Zod. Despite his professional success, Fellows' personal life faced its challenges. Like many actors, he struggled to maintain a healthy balance between his career and private life, experiencing periods of financial difficulty and strained relationships. In his later years, he stepped back from acting, and his health began to decline. Though his work continued to be respected, Fellows' final years were somewhat quiet and marked by personal hardships. He passed away on October 21, 2007, at the age of 84. His death came after a long life filled with both accomplishments and struggles, and his passing was mourned by those who had worked with him and admired his commitment to his craft. Who is your favorite character from Superman? How do you feel knowing that some of the actors have passed away? Don't hesitate to leave your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoy this content, please remember to like, subscribe to the channel, and ring the bell so you won't miss future videos. Thank you so much.